moving right along. Here's what to expect. We citizens of Trump land, what we can expect during the parade on Trump's birthday, right down the soul, the heart of Washington, D.C. It is also the Army's 250th anniversary, but that will be secondary to the fact that it is the toilet rat's birthday. So what's today? Thursday. Yesterday, the Army started loading up some of the tanks that are going to take to the streets of D.C. during this celebration of the toilet rat. The parade is going to feature hundreds of military vehicles and aircraft, thousands of soldiers. This is happening, folks. You do get this, right? This is not a movie script. This is not a television pilot. This is this fucking maniac Trump finally indulging himself in what he has wanted ever since he crawled out of the goddamn womb of his old lady. He wants this, and now he's going to get it. Now, the event has grown, according to the Associated Press, extensively. Not just in size, but the whole scope of it, since Army planners started working on a festival 2 years ago, during the Biden years, to mark the day. And they were not planning a military-style parade, a Soviet Union, a Kim Jong-un, a Xi Jinping. They were not planning, the Army, anything like that. And in fact, the toilet rat tried to do this unsuccessfully during his first term. Well, that was then. This is now. The parade will include, or the festival, the festivities, the celebration of our dear leader. Don't buy into that it's the Army's celebration. Oh, no. That's what the Army planned starting 2 years ago, but the toilet rat has totally co-opted not just the idea, but the planning, the demonstration, this jingoistic horse shit, this peon to him. It's going to include, well, let's see here, concerts, fireworks, NFL players. Oh, yeah, we want that. That has a lot to do with celebrating the Army's 250th birthday, doesn't it? Fitness competitions, displays all over the National Mall, day-long festivities. Now, the Army is expecting as many as 200,000 people could attend. And the bullshit estimate of what this is going to cost is anywhere from $25 to $45 million. Oh, fuck, give me a break. That's how much it'll cost to run the tanks through downtown D.C. The Army is putting 28 M1 Abrams battle tanks onto rail cars in Texas yesterday. Fort Cavazos, Texas. The tanks weigh more than 60 tons each, take about 10 days to travel by rail to Maryland, where they will be loaded onto trucks to be driven into D.C. and offloaded at a staging area near the Lincoln Memorial. Oh, isn't this fucking glorious? Doesn't this just make your right arm want to go rigid into a Hitlerian salute to the dear leader, Donald Trump? Oh, good God. On the day of the parade, those 28 tanks, as well as another 28 Bradley fighting vehicles, which run on tracks, not on wheels. Can you imagine what's going to happen to the streets of D.C.? Oh, well. There will also be 28-wheeled Stryker combat vehicles, 4 tracked M109 Paladin self-propelled howitzers, and all sorts of towed military artillery. They're going to maneuver to the start of the parade route just off the National Mall. Then they'll travel toward the White House, ta-da, driving over thick metal plating to protect the streets at some parade points, where the vehicles then will have to make a sharp turn. Oh, be still, my beating heart. The Army said it's also planning some additional asphalt work and putting new rubber padding on the tank's metal tracks to try to try to minimize street damage, not eliminate it, just minimize it. And then 7,000 soldiers will travel from bases around the country to participate in this parade, and they will spend June 11th through the 15th housed in 2 nearby federal buildings, sleeping on cots and having packaged military meals, the MREs, for breakfast and lunch as they prepare to salute the dear leader. Oh, they will also get a hot meal for dinner, and according to what I have here, $69 per day to buy additional food, whatever they want. That's according to an Army spokesman. Jesus fucking Christ. Then, these 7,000 soldiers will be forming units that represent each of the nation's major conflicts, starting with the Revolutionary War. And for each conflict, 60 soldiers will wear period uniforms supplied by an event company representing that war, and then be followed by 400 soldiers from their same base in present-day uniforms. Oh, Jesus Christ, Kristi Noem is going to have multiple orgasms over this one. Oh, it's dress-up day. Oh, can I do it? Yes, I'll do it. Fucking right, I'll do it. Let me have some battle gear. Now, according to the AP, not all the soldiers participating will be in the parade or even on the ground. For instance, Colonel Ann McLean, an Army astronaut currently serving on the International Space Station, she will participate. No, I have no idea how. I just know what I read in the papers, right? And then at the end of the parade, the Army's Golden Knights parachute team will jump over the White House, landing near the toilet rat, who will be standing there waiting, and the Golden Knights will present him with a folded flag, and then, don't gag, then 250 new recruits, 250th anniversary of the Army, 250 new recruits or re-enlisting service members will be sworn into the Army by Bone Spurs himself, the toilet rat. Oh, and glory, glory, hallelujah. Can you believe this? Oh, don't you feel proud to be an American today? More than 50 helicopters and aircraft representing different wars will fly over the city, pairing up with units on the ground as they pass El Presidente. As units marching in World War II uniforms go past the toilet rat, above a P-51 Mustang fighter aircraft and a B-25 Mitchell bomber aircraft from World War II are expected to fly overhead in perfect coordination so the toilet rat can tilt his head back and glory at what is being presented to him. This is my parade. This is my birthday. Oh, they fucking love me. As units representing more recent conflicts pass overhead, Army H-1 Huey, AH-1 Cobras, AH-64 Apaches, and CH-47 Chinook helicopters will appear in the sky. That sound of those rotors spinning around. I wonder how many older people, and they are very much older now, veterans maybe, who are lining the streets when they hear those choppers, when they hear those rotors going around, and it immediately flashes them back to the fucking slaughter we got involved in Vietnam. How many of those soldiers are going to go instantly berserk? Their PTSD triggered by that sound. Oh, Trump doesn't give a shit. Now, the helicopters will be flying at a time when sharing the airspace over D.C. is still, how to put this, a sensitive issue after that collision in January between a Black Hawk helicopter and American Airlines regional jet that took 67 people to a watery, suffocating death. The spokesman for the Army said, well, we've worked closely with the FAA. Oh, right. Like that is still a functioning agency, right? We've worked closely with the Federal Aviation Administration on routes, and the helicopters will take off from Andrews Air Force Base to fly toward the Capitol. Oh, by the way, we will probably have to close D.C.'s airspace to airline traffic because the Sky Parade is much more important than people getting to their destinations on Trump's birthday. Doesn't this sound like fun? 28 M1 Abrams main battle tanks. Those are the big son of a bitches, right? And 28 Bradley fighting vehicles, and 28 Stryker combat vehicles, and 4 M109 Paladin self-propelled howitzers. Be still again, my pumping heart. Oh, I can't wait. And standing there in the reviewing area, wherever the fuck that is, will be the toilet rat, right? With his orange face and his little white hands and his bitch beside him. And people from his administration clustered around him as they glorify in the dear leader's birthday. This is some pretty sick shit, isn't it? But this is the United States of America now. Folks, this is happening now. Well, the parade isn't. We still have another couple of weeks, don't we? Huh? Almost 3 weeks until this shit hits the fan. And, you know, when you're a kid growing up, your mom used to say to you, or your grandma or somebody used to say to you, well, don't worry what other people think. Just be yourself. Yeah, I heard that. But on the other hand, I wonder what the rest of the world is going to think when they watch this fucking insanity unfold in front of the world. I can hear the comments along the lines of, look at the United States. What in the fuck are they doing? Well, I think the only people on earth to whom any of this is important, who don't realize what they are doing, are the American people. But people outside the United States who have either borne witness to this kind of fascist horse shit, or who have lived through it, or who have not lived through it, who have watched their countries go from anything, from a kingdom, from a sultanate, from a democracy, from an emerging democracy, no matter what it started out. And then some crazy fucker gets control and it becomes a dictatorship and a fascist state. So the rest of the world will be looking at this, and I'm sure there will be many organizations around the world who think to themselves, been there, done that, got the bullet-riddled T-shirt. Are you sure this is what you folks want to do, American citizens? You sure? Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. You know, the Progressive Voices Network brings you commercial-free commentary from today's leading progressive radio hosts and pundits, like me, Mike Malloy, 24 hours a day. I'm not your typical old guy from the 80s or the 90s talk radio host, and Progressive Voices is not your typical talk radio network. It's a listener-supported nonprofit with no corporate control whatsoever over our broadcast. So hosts like me, Mike Malloy, are free to rant and scream and carry on about whatever we like. We're often controversial, but we're never boring. Weeknights, 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West on the Progressive Voices Network. Always progressive, always on. I'm Mike Malloy. Keep it lit.